समस्त जन कल्याणी निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So we start with the 7th verse. आहारस्त्वपि सर्वस्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषाभेदमिमं शृणु. The food also which is dear to each is threefold, as also sacrifice, austerity, and almsgiving. Hear thou the distinction of these. Okay, now, firstly, ahar over here does not mean only the food that you eat, which is called food. Food is anything. Ahar actually in ahar and vihar. Ahar is the intake and vihar is your response to the world around you. That is vihar. तो आहार में क्या क्या आता है? Anything that all your senses take in is ahar. What you see, what you smell, what you hear, and what you eat, what you touch. These are all ahar. Okay. Now see, one of the very big misunderstandings, as Gurudev used to say, is that food will constitute your vichar. It is not that. It is not जैसा आहार वैसा विचार वो नहीं है, जैसा विचार वैसा आहार. This is what is right. You know, it's a very interesting thing. Actually, both are interlinked. ये तो है, your thinking and your food likes and dislikes are interlinked. And that is what this verse is trying to say, that food cannot change your thinking. Your thinking changes, your food will change. I know many people who were non-vegetarians before they met Gurudev and before they started listening to him or before they were on the spiritual path. And once they started, those food habits left them. They did not have to leave them. Those food habits left them. Imagine. Even, you would wonder that, oh, but I used to like it before. Why don't I like it now? Why can't I eat it now? You don't feel like eating that food. Similarly, Gurudev said that slowly, your drawing room friends will change. Because the kind of food you eat, the things you drink, the way you behave, does not suit the same old people that you used to associate with. So all those other kind of people who are more spiritual, who are onto this path of seeking the ultimate reality, they are the ones who will start associating with you. So your friend circle will change. You will not want to interact with those people. Rather, they will not want to interact with you. They'll think you are boring, as many people do say. So it is, yes, see, the food also, which is dear to each, is a threefold. It is three kinds of food that people who are sattvic or pure spiritual minded, they like a different kind of food. Rajasic people who are into the dynamic world of activity, they like different kind of food. And people whose mindset is tamasic, dull, lethargic, lazy mindsets, they like all different kind of food. So it is the thinking that determines your likes and dislikes of food. And the mood also, the other thing also happens. The subtle part of food constitutes thought patterns. So first it is your tendencies. that will make you like or dislike food. And as you grow spiritually, as your mind becomes purer and purer, when your antakaran starts getting more and more pure, impure food habits will fall off. You cannot have them. So now then, what is इसमें और क्या आता है? uh, he, First he says the food also which is dear to each is threefold, and also sacrifice is yajna, what you give out in the society for the benefit of society or for your own benefit. Austerity is tapa. तप देखो, तप और पत उल्टा होता है. पत इज पतन, तप इज opposite of that. When you do tapas, you go higher, and उसका तप का उल्टा पतन. तो इधर austerity and alms giving. Alms giving is dan, whatever you give in the society as charity, with no intention of benefiting from it whatsoever, giving out only with the intention of benefiting someone else or the society around you, is called dan. Dan also is of three kinds. Tap is also of three kinds. And the Geeta, Acharya, will list all that to you. So, the type of emotions that you have, the types of thoughts that you send out into the world, those are the ones that determine your likes and dislikes. Now, also one thing Gurudev used to say, that your likes and dislikes of about your intake is your dashboard for trying to figure out where you have reached. If you are in tamasic moods, then your likes and dislikes will be tamasic in all the intake. If you're rajasic, huh, your likes and dislikes of watching, hearing, those kind of things will see. Everybody likes to see different kind of channels on the TV or not, isn't it? Some people just like to see how people can be cheated, how people can thefts happen, how the police functions, how the wars take place, what are the different missiles that can kill and destroy. But a sattvic person who's a seeker will not like to see this. It is there on the TV. He may like to watch some good spiritual talk. He might like to see a serial which, talks of uplifting you somewhere, like that. So, people see, some people see very filthy, dirty things, because their mind is full of that and their mind demands that. So, all that is just that. So, Gurudev used to say that your likes and dislikes, especially about food, is your dashboard for finding out where you have reached spiritually. Don't try to judge others with that kind of a thing. So it's a kind of, Gurudev calls it ready reckona, as is written over here. Okay. So now then, it's a dashboard. Dashboard आपकी कार का होता है ना, where you see how much petrol you have, how much air you have, how much is the battery going to last, and how many is the mileage you have covered, all that. So it is a mapdand of that thing. Okay. Now then here, next verse. Ayu sattva balarogya sukha priti vivardhana rasya snigdha stira hritya ahara hridya aharaha satvika priya. The foods which increase life, purity, strength, health, joy, and cheerfulness. Cheerfulness in the brackets is written good appetite. That means that makes your digestion good, which are savory and oleaginous. Oleaginous is not dry, but like slightly with gravy or slightly wet. Dry fruit, absolutely dry food does not come into sattvic. These are sattvic ahara. क्या क्या है? Foods which increase life. आयु वर्धक, as it is written, आयु. अच्छा, और क्या? बल, आरोग्य, सुख, प्रीति विवर्धना. All these things, any food that increases all this or brings nice moods into your mind is called sattvic. See, health, joy, cheerfulness, which has savory. Savory means tasty, and oleaginous, substantial and agreeable. Substantial, they should be enough for everybody, and agreeable to the system. The body should not revolt against it. Some foods, when you eat, you want to throw up, or your digestive system doesn't take it, or it causes acidity, or it causes bloating, or it causes something like that, then that food is not sattvic. It doesn't suit you. So, food that is agreeable to your system is sattvic food, and that is what you should take. So, think foods which qualify under all these is sattvic food. Okay, now this is not just eating, as I have told you before. Anything that you see which is repulsive, which ruins your peace of mind, don't see it. Don't hear things which make you upset, which unnecessarily irritate you. Why do you want to hear that? Why do you want to see things on the TV which make you lose your sleep, or which make you afraid that, oh, this is going to happen, oh, that is going to happen, oh, that might happen? Why? When it happens, we'll deal with it, if at all it happens. But to go on seeing things or hearing things or smelling things or tasting things which are not agreeable to your system, which do not bring cheerfulness and purity into your mind, why unnecessarily see those? And so here it is that, देखो, even animals are already geared naturally. So if a dog or cat has an upset stomach, they stop eating food, they start eating grass. Similarly, a human being should stop eating food if the stomach is upset, or eat different kinds of food to correct that stomach upset. So when you do that, at least with your stomach, why not with all the other senses? Every other senses, you should do that. The Gurudev had also explained that, see, when a woman is pregnant, her likes and dislikes of food change. Why? Because the body requires different things. The body requires calcium. Then you see these pregnant women in villages start eating the whitewash from the walls because it has calcium, right? So you should watch yourself, that what does the body really require at a given time, and that food will be sattvic for you at that time. Okay? So now see, uh, okay, now let's come to the next one. See, the thing is, you've also seen children eating mud. Why do they eat mud? They don't get food at home, they do. But their body is hungering for some lack in the body, and that is why they think they will get it from mud, and they are having that. So it is necessary to find out what is the requirement of the body of that child and give that to him. Come to the next. Katav amla lavanai त्युष्ण तीक्षरूक्षविदाहिनः आहारा राजसस्येष्ठा दुःखशोकामय प्रदाः. हाँ, देखो, they say that katu is bitter, amla sour, lavanayukta saline देखो, we put salt in everything we do, isn't it? But too much of salt, when you put, then that is rajasic food. Too much of salt is harmful for the body. And so it is, they say that there are three kinds of poison: white flour, salt, and sugar. All these three are called white poison, because too much of any of these is going to cause harm to your body. So, atya ushra means very hot. And tikshna is pungent. Acha, rukha, that is dry. And जो दाहिना दाहिना means जो दाह create करता है, burning. When you see now, when people eat too much of mirch masala and all, they say that I have a burning in the chest. That is acidity, causing heartburn and acidity. This kind of food generally the Rajasic people love to eat, which has all these qualities. You've done the qualities of the Sattvic, these are the qualities of the Rajasic. Ahara Rajaseshta Dukha Shoka Maya. So it creates sorrow, it creates sorrow and grief. Okay, this we have done. And all this kind of Rajasic food, initially you like it, but the end result is pain and disease. So pain and disease, also grief. He writes grief also. Shok, I think, is the word. Dukha shokam hai. The shok is grief, So you will repent it. You will feel sorry that why did I indulge in this kind of thing? Why, when you know it doesn't agree with your body, why do you eat it? So you should be careful towards it. They will ultimately take you down. So improve the thought texture. When the thought texture improves to purity, automatically your food intake will go to pure food in terms of seeing, hearing, eating, smelling, everything. Come to the next verse. यातयामं गतरसं पूते पर्युषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टमपि चामेत्यं भोजनं तामसप्रियम्. Now the third category of food, ahar, that is the tamas. And tamas is for people who are lazy, lethargic, dull, their mind doesn't work properly, they're all the time into sleeping, eating. So here, now this is, ye dekho, that which is stale, uh, tasteless, putrid, and rotten. It is refuse, impure, and is the food liked by the tamasic people. देखो इसमें क्या क्या आता है, ये सब इनमें लिखा हुआ है. The first one is Yatayamam. Yatayamam, one yama is equal to 3 yam, not yama, yam. Ek yam is equal to 3 hours. Now this is before there were frigidairs or cold storages or any of that. So food that is cooked 3 hours before is considered tamasic because rotting starts in that food. उसको कहते हैं हमारे यहाँ बासी. Basi means purana rakha hua khana. It's called basi. So for 3 hours, cooked for more than 3 hours before. So in India, people are so obsessed with fresh food, that in many households, especially in South India, Dakhini Brahman as they call, they eat in the kitchen. Even in UP and Bihar, many people eat in the kitchen itself. They sit on the floor there, and the absolutely hot bread cooked is come onto the plate right there. And from the gas nahi chulha, from the chulha आपकी दाल, आपका ये वो जो कुछ बना होता है वहां से ही सीधा आपकी थाली में आता है. So there is no question of keeping it away and then serving it to you. As soon as the food is ready, you reach the kitchen, sit on the floor and eat. That much of freshness of food was looked at. Now, you कहते तो ये हैं that okay, you keep it in the fridge, it retains the same nutrients. You freeze it, it retains the same nutrient. And there are countries where they eat frozen food cooked last year or cooked 2 years before. You know, the food in the supermarket which has preservatives, and the date is given there, expiry date. The date when it was made is 2 years before, and the date of expiry is another 2 years after. So they are preserving it with preservatives. But the Geeta Charya says that food kept over time is not good for your mind and body. Tasteless. Tasteless is gata rasa. Gata rasa means that it has no rasa in it. तो जिस फूड में टेस्ट नहीं है, insipid खाना है, that the tamasic people relish. Then putrid. Putrid is that which has started stinking and it has a smell. The first thing that people do when they want to find out whether the food has gone bad, they try to smell it. Isn't it? Oh हो इसमें तो बदबू आ रही, okay, फेंको, ठीक है ना? So that is putrid. But many people around the world, you know, eat food that is stinking. And it is considered to be a delicacy, if you please. There are certain kind of cheeses that stink like anything. You just cannot bring it anywhere near you. And that is considered a delicacy and people eat it. So there are many foods around the world which people eat which stink. A lot of seafood stinks, you know, but people eat it. Around the world they eat it because that is what is available around. Acha, then stale, paryushitam. This is, you know, this includes fermentation. So when you ferment food, देखो जैसे South India में dosa, idli is all fermented food, right? But here it says, but then ferment करके फिर उसको वो cook करते हैं. So maybe that thing goes, huh? But here fermented food means, you know, fermented drinks, and those drinks are mostly become alcoholic. Fermented food gets alcohol in it. So all your whiskeys and beers and rums and things and all those, they are all fermented. And also once they are made, they are kept in cellars for years and years. Abhi, itni purani, when they have a celebration, they take out 100-year-old whiskey. So it has been made 100 years back. You are having it today. So in any way, the Geeta does not agree with these kind of foods, and it says that anything that belongs to this category, even a fermented category, is going to harm you. So unsanitary, unclean, वो तामस प्रिय लोगों को वही चीजें अच्छी लगती हैं. अमेध्यम is impure. So this kind of cha amedhyam and amedhyam, it means, is impure food. Acha, now then come to the next verse which says, the Geeta Acharya writes, what type of sacrifices these three classes of men would themselves engage in cheerfully. Okay. Now, sacrifice also. That action which they think will benefit the society as well as them is also of three kinds. Yajna is of three kinds. And they say surrendering to an attitude. मैं पढ़ती हूँ पहले. अफलाकांक्षिभिर्यज्ञः विधिदृष्टो च य इज्यते यष्टव्यमेवेति मनः समाधाय स सात्विकः. हाँ, it says that sacrifice which is offered by men without desire for fruits and as enjoined by ordinance with a firm faith that sacrifice is a duty, is sattvic, and is pure. So, which sacrifice? Which is performed for the benefit of all, which is performed as a duty, which also benefits you in the sense that it is a self congratulatory action. It is a punya. Because आप जब करते हैं, you congratulate yourself, oh, I did a good thing. I did a good thing by helping someone. Right? Now that becomes a punya. तो वो कहते हैं, उसको कहते हैं self congratulatory act, which makes you feel good about yourself, which brings a good feeling in your mind that I have been able to help somebody, right? हाँ, तो ये है. Also, it says that according to Shastra, as enjoined by the ordinance, it means that deed performed for the benefit of all, selflessly, which is according to the Shastras, not against the orders of the Shastra. That is, dekho, today's children ask, why should I act according to the Shastras? They were written ages back. Today the world has changed. I will do what I think is right. Just think. There is a rule, Gurudev ka example hai ye, that there is a rule that everybody should walk to the left of the road. Okay? In some countries, it is the right of the road. But supposing everybody says that I will walk according to what my mind tells me, I will walk in the center of the road. Why should I obey the rule, keep to your left? I will go to the right. What will happen? Can you imagine? There will be a total chaos. There will be accidents on the road, and people will die right, left, and center. People will be injured, isn't it? So everybody has to obey the same kind of law, same kind of rule to keep discipline. And so everybody does not become an authority. Any intellectual who starts thinking that I am my own authority and I will do what my mind tells me, that's not correct. So that is why he says that even yajna and tapa and all that should be done according to the diktats of the scriptures. Now, just say the example given is like a daughter's wedding. It is a duty. You must perform it. You should perform it. That is a yajna. है ना? उसको कहते यज्ञ. The mother and father of the girl fast on that day because the great puja is being performed by them. They are making a very big sacrifice. They are giving into another household a girl for her own good. It is done. And that is what a big sacrifice for the parents. तो वो बहुत बड़ा यज्ञ माना जाता है. बहुत बड़ा. हाँ. So here it is. So those actions are sattvic. These actions, all that are listed over here, are sattvic, but they are not haphazard. They are performed vidhi purvak. Vidhi purvak means with the correct mantras, with the correct actions, with the correct attitudes of sacrifice and surrender to the Lord. That I am doing this, surrender that action to the Lord. Acha. As required by the Shastra, as required ordinance, Gurudev has written ordinance, but as required by the Shastras, whatever the Shastras dictate. Achha, then he says that those karmas are of 4 categories. According to the Shastras, the karma listed by Gurudev over here is of 4 categories. What are they? One is desire ridden. Aapki book mein hai, so follow the book. Desire ridden, which is kamya karma, in which you desire either the welfare of others or the welfare of yourself, but there is a desire. The other is a nishiddha. Nishiddha means that which is harmful for the society or for you or for anybody. When it is determined as a harmful act, it is nishiddha. Nishiddha means forbidden. You are not supposed to do it. Like cheating, thieving, lying. These are acts which can harm, isn't it? So you are told not to do them. Then the third one is the nitya karma, which everybody has to do. Nitya karma is what? You have to clean yourself, wash yourself, excretion, eating, maintaining your body, keeping hygiene. This is all nitya karma, and you have to do it every day, isn't it? If you don't do these, what will happen? You will have diseases and you will die. So ये नित्य कर्म are compulsory. These are daily duties. You've got to do them. Acha, your duty in life, your earning, supporting your family, all that is nitya karma. Then naimithyaka. Naimithyaka are occasional duties, like a wedding in the family, you have to attend. आपका कोई उपनयन संस्कार है, सगाई है, और द लास्ट राइट्स हैं, लास्ट राइट के फंक्शंस हैं, यू आर सपोज टू अटेंड. दीज आर कॉल्ड नैमित्यका. तो ये भी कर्म है. तो इस तरह के जो कर्म हैं, these you are supposed to do, and you have to diligently do them, considering them your duty, and you must do them. And they, when you do them like that, they are called sattvic, but they have to be done with the faith. If you do them without any shraddha in that, then it becomes tamasi. It becomes tamasi karma. The same karma will become tamasi if you do it. I don't believe in it, but I'm just doing it because I have to do it. Not like that. Not like that at all. Huh? So Shraddha also is of, again, three kinds. देखिए, Shraddha तो you have to have in everything. This chapter talks of Shraddha, but Shraddha, is again, every human being has to have Shraddha. You can't do without Shraddha. That is what I talked in my last talk also. Shraddha in your doctor, Shraddha in your teacher, Shraddha in your parents, Shraddha in even from your nursery teacher, you have Shraddha. Only then you can learn from her. Isn't it? Shraddha in your parents that they will look after you. Shraddha in the Lord. So, if you don't listen to a doctor's advice because you have no Shraddha, what will happen to you? You have to have Shraddha. And without Shraddha, nothing is possible. So, इन सब चीजों में आहार, यज्ञ, तप, दान, these are all motivated by श्रद्धा. तो आपकी जैसी जैसी श्रद्धा है, आप उसी क्वालिटी का ये सब करेंगे. ओके ओके. नाउ द नेक्स्ट वर्स. अभिसंधाय तु फलम दंभार्थमपि चैव यत् इज्यते भरत श्रेष्ठ तम यज्ञं विद्धि राजसम. देखिए क्या है. The sacrifice which is offered, O best of the Bharatas, seeking for fruit and for ostentation, know thou that to be rajasic. देखिए, sacrifice जो आप करते हैं for your country or for any human being or for the upliftment of society and all that, that is considered sattvic. But a shraddha, when you sacrifice is offered, but sacrifice for what? When you have ambition, आपको दंभ है, pride है, and आप दान भी देते हैं, तो किस लिए करते हैं? For ostentation, to show off कि देखा मैंने कितना बड़ा दान दिया. That is why in Hinduism there is a pratha of Gupta Dan. Gupta Dan means you are giving the dan, but you do not even want your name to be there, and the person to whom you give should not know कि किसने दिया. Imagine what a high state of dan that is. So that no pride comes in your mind and no humility comes in the eye of the taker. जिसने दान लिया, जब उसको मालूम ही नहीं है कि किसने दिया, तो उसकी आंख नीचे नहीं होगी. सोचो. And that is why Abdul Rahim Khan Khana, who was one of the gems of Akbar, he used to give daan every day. But, he had a little blind over there with a little bit of cutout in that blind, through which the person used to stick in his hand to take, And Rahim used to put in his hand, and that person used to withdraw his hand. So that person did not know who is giving. Rahim did not know who is taking. So there was no question of feeling proud in front of that person to whom you have given. Think about it. Think about it. That when this is total surrender and total with the desire only to do good, there is no ahem bhav in it, there is no ahankar in it, there is no ostentation in it. But when you give, you throw a party. Why? Because you want to show off your garden, you want to show off your newly built house, you want to show off some wealth or the other, you want to flaunt the wealth that you have earned. Let's see where I have reached today. That becomes rajasic. And that is what he is saying over here, that it is. देखो also, देखो श्रद्धा की एक बात बताऊं आपको, the example again, that even the posters that you put up on your wall, you know, I always give this example. The posters that you see on your wall or the kind of paintings you put up on your wall show your own mindset. आपको किस में श्रद्धा है? You are very fond of a tennis star or a great cricketer. Uske picture aapke, because you have shraddha in that, isn't it? राम जी की तस्वीर लगी है, कृष्ण जी की तस्वीर लगी है, आपके गुरु की पिक्चर लगी है. That is, you have shraddha in those things, right? So even the posters on your wall reflect your shraddha. आपको किस चीज में श्रद्धा है, ठीक है ना? हाँ, तो यहाँ पे ये देखिए. So ये देखो, the sacrifice which is offered, वो best of the Bharatas, he is calling Bharata Shrestha. अर्जुन को वो भरत श्रेष्ठ कह रहे हैं, born in the family of the Bharatas and a supreme example of the nobility of that family. That is Arjun. So he calls him Bharata Shrestha. And he says, O best of Bharatas, seeking for fruit. Seeking for what kind of fruit? Motivational force is determined by your own mindset. Into which direction your action will take depends on your motive. So it could be a sattvic motive, like Guptadan and all. It could be a rajasic, and it could be a tamasic. And all these four things, ahar, yajna, tapa and दान. तो आहार हमने करा, ये यज्ञ है कि यज्ञ कैसा होता है. तप also, देखो, tap, if you do tap which harms your body, which tortures your body, that tap is tamasic. It becomes tamasic. Though tap is required for everything that you do. आपको जाना पड़ेगा, आपको तैयार होना पड़ेगा, आपको अपना समय देना पड़ेगा. You have to give your time, effort, money, and you have to also use your own skills, isn't it? That is also tapa. But if it is for the benefit of others, if you think some people will benefit by that, some people's life may be improved by that, then that becomes a sattvic tapa. है ना? Acha, tapa, where you want to gain money, power, and all that. Have you seen people during the elections? How much these politicians do tapas? But for what? That is rajasic tapa. Rajasic tapa. Because it is for their benefit, their benefit. And the third kind of tapa, which tortures the body, which humiliates you, which makes you feel, आप जाते हैं कहाँ कहाँ से आप विस्की की बोतल लेके आते हैं, you have that alcoholic drink, and what is the result? Harm to your liver, harm to your health, harm to your mind, harm to your actions. That is tamasic tapa. You stand in queues in front of the wine shop to buy that bottle. Tapa. You are also doing tapa. But that is tamasic tapa, because it will harm you and it does not benefit anybody. So here it is. In every kind of tapa, there is a mention of vidhi. Hmm? And so these three shlokas, in these shlokas, Rajasic and Tamasic, there is no vidhi. People do not follow any vidhi. Gurudev used to say that Shastra is like a mirror. When you look at the injunctions of the Shastras, and are you working along with that or not? Are you working in conjunction with those or not? Will determine your opinion about yourself. You will know where you stand. Whether you are sattvic, rajasic or you are tamasic. अच्छा, फिर इसमें और भी क्या है? दान. दान is the other one. दान को भी it would take a lot of time to explain that to you, but dan also is of many kinds. There is a dan where you want your name, your prestige, ostentation. एक वो दान है. एक दान है where you want to benefit the society, but you also want your name. You benefit the society, but it also benefits you in some way or the other. That is a rajasic. You gain power, prestige, name, fame, whatever. The other dan, which as I just said, Gupta dan, not only Gupta dan, but dan which benefits all. You congratulate yourself for having done a very noble action, but there is no ostentation, there is no pride, there is no ahankar, because aapne jiske liye kara, he does not feel humiliated. And it benefits him, and your intention is to benefit, your intention is not to gain name and fame. That is the Satvik Dan Uday. So we do this much today, and next time we start with verse 13. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.